if you look back in time, each halving has roughly added a zero, which means you get a 10x increase in overall value. And that, again, base 10, logarithmic scale, Metcalfe's law, all foots. And so, we went from 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000 for last time. And this one would be 10,000 to 100,000. I will say that fair value sometime middle of next year ends up around 100K.
Mark Yusko, the creator of Morgan Creek Capital and a famous hedge fund manager, is very optimistic about Bitcoin and other popular cryptocurrencies, especially as we move through what Yusko calls crypto summer. This is the more stable recovery time that comes after crypto spring and before the huge parabolic moves of crypto fall. Yusko says that each Bitcoin coin is worth about $50,000 right now. To explain this, Yusko compares the current increase to the thoughts of summer. During this time, we don't see any real parabolic moves, but Bitcoin's price starts to slowly rise to its fair value. Yusko thinks that crypto summer will end in June 2024. That will happen after Bitcoin is split in half, which is another very bullish event that Yusko thinks will take Bitcoin from $50,000 per coin to $100,000 per coin. If the price keeps going up, it will reach its fair value of $50,000. After that, it will be cut in half, which will double that amount to $100,000 per coin around the middle of 2024. Yusko says that this is when the real party will start, with the most valuable cryptocurrency rising from $100,000 to at least $200,000 by the middle of 2025. There will be big parabolic moves during that time, which Yusko calls crypto fall. These moves will wash away the bad memories of the last 2 years. Founder and managing partner of Morgan Creek made these statements on December 1 during a live stream with Trading Premium. At the time, Bitcoin was still worth $38. The most valuable cryptocurrency has gone up by about 10 just a few days and is now worth more than $41,600 per coin. Now we'll show you clips from Yusko's chat where he talks about how he thinks Bitcoin will do in the future. This video needs to be watched, shared, and liked. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you can see more movies like this. Thanks, and have fun with the movie. The amount of Bitcoin that is given as a block prize every 4 years. Give out to the miners who are keeping the network safe get cut in half. What does that have to do with anything? You could say that a miner has fixed prices. Their electricity prices stay pretty much the same. Their miner costs are getting worse. They are not going away, so if the block awards go down, the miners' pay will drop in half. This means that some miners will have to close their businesses, making the network less safe, unless the price changes and goes. So far, every time the price has been cut in half, it has roughly doubled in terms of its fair value. You can figure out the fair value by looking at Metcalfe's law, the number of users on the network, and the amount of activity. This is a great Metcalfe's law model that was made by a business friend of mine named Tim Peterson. On this parabolic slope, it shows how the price of Bitcoin will change over time. And this event of half has an effect on it. The last ones were from 10 to 100, from 100 to 1,000, and from 1,000 to 10,000. This one will be from 10,000 to 100,000. We tell Mark, well, it's only 38,000. Okay, let's give this some thought. The price is 38,000. I'm not talking about price. Price is telling lies, right? Price is how much two people agree to trade a good or service for. That's not worth anything. Today, the value or fair value is in the low 50s between 51 and 52. Let's make it 50 even. Where does that value come from? It comes from the value of the network, which is based on all the basic information about Bitcoin. That means we're not worth what we're worth. This means that buyers like me are in the mode of accumulation. And the chart from the past year is a work of art. Having higher highs and higher lows doesn't mean there isn't instability, but it does mean that prices are building up. And that really is a beautiful thing. So as the shares grow, their value moves towards its fair value. For example, when the stock was worth $15,000 a year ago, its fair value was $30,000. We were worth half of what it was worth. Fair value has gone up to 50 today. It's 38 now. The price has gone up more than 100, but it's still less than what it should be. We're going to keep adding until the value is fair. The fair value will double, though, when the amount is cut in half next April. Of course, it won't double overnight, but in a way it does. That fair value will be reached, though. It will take some time. And in every other case, some workers will stop working. What this means is that we don't have to double right away. The miners can come back on when the price goes up, though. The hash power keeps going up, the miner rewards stay the same, and we get the right growth. The total dollar value of the rewards is equal to the number of rewards times the price. I think the fair value will be around $100,000 by the middle of next year. That time of year is coming up. June of next year. We'll be in crypto fall in June of next year. What is that then? That is the crazy part with the parabola. Now this is where the bettors come in, and we get power. We've seen this theoretical blow-off in every cycle. Crypto's 4-year cycles are split into 4 groups, which decide how prices move and how the market and business work in general. Mark Yusko says that the last crypto winter began in June 2021 and ended in June 2022. Crypto winter is the time of very high fluctuation, and this was no different. Yusko also says that the crypto spring began in June 2022, when the industry began to slowly get better. But then Hurricane Sam happened. After that, in June 2023, BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, said it was asking for a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. This started crypto summer. Yusko says that summer isn't a straight-up period, but a time when prices slowly go back to good value. There is no doubt that we are already in the huge crypto bull market. This is just the start of the bull market. Yusko says that there will be more activity in the crypto space as we get closer to fair value. This is because traders and investors will want to get in. Then as we get closer to the fall, a lot of players will come in right before the speculative blow-off tops. Yusko talks more about his bold expectations for crypto and all digital assets in the interview. He also explains why he is so sure of what's going to happen. Here are some more film clips, but we are a fund for new businesses. Morgan Creek Digital. We're in charge of venture capital funds. We're raising our 4th fund, and 70 to 80 of the money goes into businesses that build the infrastructure for the digital asset economy in areas like AI, blockchain, chips, data, and ABC. So we put money into those 4 areas. 20 to 30% of our money is also put into the liquid standards of Web3. We think Web 1 was the flat part of the curve? Right. $2 trillion worth of wealth that Cisco, Microsoft, and Intel made. That part of the curve was smooth. Don't forget that the space above the curve is where the wealth is. There is an axis, an x-axis, a y-axis, and this exponential growth path. Also, Rao has talked about this. You have this curve that grows over time. That meant Web 1 was the flat part of the shape, which is $2 trillion. The knee of the curve is $4,500,000,000, which is Web 2. Now, though, we're going to the steep part of the growth curve, which is around $15 to $20 trillion. Big number, so you think about how that growth happened. Web 1 was all about reading and getting knowledge. Web 2, read and write and own on Web 3. In Web 1 and Web 2, all $7 trillion went to the service layer. The way we do things now is with TCP. Tim Berners-Lee and Vint Cerf did not get rich, though. Vint made TCP2. The first web page was written by Tim Berners-Lee, who also made HTTP. We now have the internet. They didn't get rich, though. Who got lots of money? Right, Zuck. He stole an app from the Winklevoss twins, gave it away for free, and then made money off of our data. The best. I don't think it's stupid, but he didn't create the internet. Right. The number wasn't saved by the protocols. As of now, the protocols like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and others have taken over 80 of the value in Web3. Due to the small number of applications, only about 20 has been taken up by companies. Substances haven't been used in that many different ways. The reason is that the game hasn't even begun yet. Now comes the fun part. Every 14 years, technology changes. It's been going on since the mainframe was made in 1954. After 14 years in 1968, you had the microchip. Then in 1982, you had the PC up in Seattle, which is where I grew up. Then came the internet in 1996. In 2010, we all have supercomputers in our hands thanks to the mobile internet. The year 2024 is almost here, which means December is almost over. In 30 days, we will start the blockchain age, or what I call the truth net. From the internet to the cell phone net to the truth net, that's how it went. What is the truth? It's where blockchains take the place of iOS and Android as operating systems, and truth shakes up the trust business in financial services. Blockchains make truth possible. We don't need to pick a winner or a loser. There is no need for inspectors. There is no need for lawyers. We have the truth. We have an irreversible, unchangeable, trustless, and permissionless operating system that will guide the growth of Web3. And it won't begin until 2024. Mark Yusko thinks there will be a 4-year market for exaggerated claims that we'll see a lot of huge progress and huge steps forward in artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, cloud computing, and big data. People often say that these 4 platforms are the ABCD of creativity. As these platforms grow together, many experts and investors say they will be at the forefront of the next wave of technology advances and shape the next stage of human progress. What do you think about Mark Yusko's talk and his predictions for Bitcoin and all digital assets in general? Feel free to leave your thoughts and comments in the area below. Make sure you like this video, follow the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more videos just like this. Thank you for watching.